Hey everybody, welcome to Libra season and a special happy birthday to all you Libra sun babies. We're also going into the autumn and spring equinox, so I did put out a separate video for each individual zodiac sign for the autumn spring equinox. I'll have the link in the description box below, and I'll have the playlist pop up here at the end of the video as well, so if you want to check that out, you can do so. For everyone else, we do have an option to choose from 4 different pick-a cards, but for you Libra sun babies, there is a bonus birthday reading for you. Timestamps for everything will be listed in the description box below, so you can jump ahead to your birthday reading if you want. For everyone else, option number 1 is going to be the energy of Libra. Option number 2 is going to be the planet Venus, which of course rules over Libra. Option number 3 is going to be air, because Libra, of course, is an air element. And then option number 4 is going to be the 7th house, which is what Libra is as well. So you can choose as many of these readings as resonate with you. If you want to jump ahead to any of the others, like I said, the timestamps are in the description box below, but we're going to start with Libra, option number 1 now. If you chose reading number 1, which is Libra energy, then this is the reading for you. And of course, Libra energy is about fairness. It's about impartiality and be able to see all sides of things, though sometimes you can polarize to one side, but there's a long energy of understanding, and with that air element, it's a strong mental ability. Now I have their little scales represented here, and it's out of balance. As you can see, there's stuff down here that is weighing it down here, but we're going to be looking at what can help balance out your life during this Libra season as well. And we're going to start off here. See, we're going to put 1 here, so that's going to help. And we're going to use these star code Astro Oracle and just see, first of all, what they would like you to know around balancing your energy or life during this time. So one more time here. All right, so for those that chose the Libra energy, what would you like them to know about balancing? Okay, that's the one right there. Love it. And you have the first house, Arrival. Beautiful card there, card number 39. And we're just going to put that down here. And let's take a look and see what we'll open right to it. It says the first house describes how you enter the world, your first impressions, and the birth of your journey or self-discovery. So if your chart were like a village map, the first house would be the gateway and information center. Planets in the first house are just about to rise over the eastern horizon, where the sun would be just before dawn, so we feel them strongly. This action it talks about here is take responsibility for how you're being perceived. As you walk in the door, assess what you lead with. What are your mannerisms, your appearance, and what do your signals say? Notice if you lead with charm or prickly defenses, with your mind or with your heart, or whether you are versatile, changing your approach to fit the circumstance. Investigate how this first impression affects your identity and your interactions. People read what you put out, whether you are acting as a business or as a person or as a couple, and it's up to you to ensure that how you present yourself matches your intention. If you feel misunderstood, look for a misperception, yours or theirs. Underneath any tension, look below that and see what can be done to clear this lens. If you strive to be invisible, neutral, or enjoy an air of mystery and play your cards close to your chest, it becomes easier for others to project their assumptions onto you. Consider becoming more transparent and letting your inner worth shine. The first house can also bring with it a surge of temper or other strong emotions that rushes to your head like mercury in a hot thermometer. If this happens, bring your awareness back down to your feet. This metaphor also applies to a business or a project. Leadership may be too strong and attention needs to be brought back to the boots on the ground. The challenge says you are challenged to see beyond the shallowness of appearances, see behind smoke screens, and take responsibility for how you are perceived. The gift that this brings is evaluate how you interact with the world as the beginning of a journey of self-discovery. And the big piece that really yelled and screamed out to me when I was reading that was about consider becoming more transparent and letting your inner worth shine. And I feel like that is what is happening here. Like it's talked about, you might be holding everything so close to you and behind walls because of what has happened in the past, that it's time to balance it out. And it's okay to be aware of what energy you're picking up and whether you want to be open and share or not, versus being totally closed down. So I do love that. And we're going to add more weight over here on this side. And we're going to also look in here to the Elemental Oracle. It's funny, the cards I chose this time that I was guided to choose are very Libra, very air, very knowledge in the head stuff. So I love how the energy just flows out. One more time here. All right, so what else would you like? Okay. And you have Inner Core Solidity, card number 18. Yeah, talk about the inner core, right? Your true inner worth. So this word inner is coming in here quite a bit. I'm just going to put this one right here. And let's see what else this adds in for you. So it talked about solidity there. And it says, stay constant in your endeavors. Do not stop your progress. Seek those who are reliable and solid. Keep your promises. The greatest power is from the inside out. Yeah, so that is the message here, isn't it? It says the center of the earth, the inner core, is a spherical ball of approximately 1,220 kilometers, making it about 20% of the Earth's radius. It's surrounded by the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. Now, the inner core is supposedly made up of an iron-nickel alloy, but there are no samples of the inner core to test it, of course. Almost all direct measurements we have about the physical properties of the inner core are deduced through the seismic waves that pass through it. The core is superheated and is about the same temperature as the surface of the sun. It talks about heatedness here too, right? So that is something that's coming up here about balancing your heatedness and come to the core and allow your true self to be expressed, not just the defensive heat that comes up when you feel attacked. Unlike the outer core, the center of the earth is solid rather than fluid. Interestingly, the core isn't perfectly spherical, and the gravity at the center is about half of what it is on the surface of the Earth. Wow. There is still scientific debate about how the core was formed, but it is believed to have originally been liquid, then cooled to form the solid mass. The solidity gives stability to the Earth, and while not magnetic itself because of the heat it throws out, it does affect the magnetism of the outer core. We live in a fast-paced world with many distractions. Developing a sense of solidness and reliability is important. We often do not honor the promises we make to ourselves, and yet we honor our promises and commitments to others. We need to be able to rely on our own word to ourselves. Wow. So this inner worth and this innerness is definitely coming through. The element of this is earth, which of course is groundingness and the solidity. We're also going to pull here from the runic, R-U-N-I-C, tarot, and get clarity about what else they want you to know about this Libra season for you. But this is beautiful. So definitely balancing the heatedness, which comes about by honoring your inner self, looking into your inner worth. because the earth element with the pentacles suit, and here we'll see if any pentacles come out. But it's like the Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles in the tarot are about this journey of understanding our worth and how we relate it to the outside world. And so we go through this journey of looking, we're told, look out here for your worth, which then we look into relationships, we look into situations, we look into like our bodies and our bank accounts, things, possessions. So all three of those areas are where we're told to look out for our definition, but we're looking for our self-worth, which comes from inside, from the capital S self. When we're defining ourselves by the outside world, that's where what I call retail price. And retail price, as we know it, goes up and down depending on the season and the person and their opinion. It's like being a big parka coat in the Arctic. You are sought after and highly priced, but if you're that same coat on a tropical island on the equator, you're on the 99% clearance rack, right? So that's how the retail price and our stability of our worth feels when it's based on the outside world. It feels unstable because all those things are unstable, right? Relationships are unstable. People change or they pass away. Situations, of course, never stay the same, and things in our bodies break down, deteriorate, are stolen, burn down. So all that instability, when we define our worth by it, we feel unstable. But eventually we turn inward and we look to the higher self, the capital S self, to find an unconditional love, an eternal love that is a solid foundation. And I feel like the fire that you've been having, that comes up when we feel let down, when we feel disappointed in the outside world, we feel scared, we feel like we're worthless when we're put on the clearance rack. And I feel like when you get put on the clearance rack, that's when the fire rises that these both were talking about, right? The mercury rising in the temperature and the sun, the core being so hot, that once you find in your inner core that unconditional love of who you are, it allows balance, it allows that solidity it was talking about, and allows you to cool and become a solid force instead of this fluid, changing worth, right? All right, now they are done with that. Let's see, what else for those that chose reading number 1, please? What else would you like them to know? Okay, got these two here. Actually, let me just move these down here. What else, please? Okay, and these 3. All right. So let's put these right here, and we'll start with this one down here. And you've got the King of Cups. So cups, of course, are your emotions, and the King of Cups is the ruler, of course, over the emotions. It means that they're very much in control of their emotional state. Usually in the standard tarot, they'll have like a big waves, and no matter what's going on around him, he feels good because all the kings, in addition to ruling over their element, which is water, they all also get an element of air, which makes sense with that Libra energy coming in. So it's a balancing of heart and mind that is coming in here. You also see in his hand, he has the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the chalice. It's the Holy Grail. And what that gives you is the unconditional love of the higher realm. It's full of that unconditional love. So you're being offered it here, which is what we were talking about, is the foundation that brings the solidity in for you. So it's perfect. And then you have, so you have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles also means a new way of looking at your worth that's coming in. So when I was talking about the Pentacle journey, this is definitely finding that you have found this new worth. You have found this higher worth, which comes from above. You're feeling this abundance. You're feeling this wholeness, this solidity from within. This is the earth element of which it talked about. So you definitely are, throughout this Libra season, seeing things, seeing your worth in a whole completely different way because of this. Let's see what else we got here. And here you have the Queen of Cups. So you have the King and you have the Queen. Now the Queen of Cups, again, rules over water, but all the queens get an additional dose of water. So she's double water, where he's balancing air and water, which is a great balancing. She's all about diving deep within you, which was one of the other messages, right? She is a lot like the high priestess, where she goes into her inner temple, connects to the moon energy, the upper levels, goes behind the veil, beneath the surface into the unknown. And this is where you connect to your higher self, connect to this Ace of Cups that they're both offering you here. So there's no doubt that what's bringing the solidity to you, because you're basically bookended by both the divine masculine emotional energy and the divine feminine energy as well, love energy. So beautiful, beautiful energy coming in here for you for this season here. And then you have the Six of Wands. Now, Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. It's your overall energy. And the sixes represent a movement. And so you have this movement of energy. And this is a perfect card for that because it's called like the recognition card. And you can kind of see in the beginning, the recognition that we're seeking is from the outside world, right? And so we talked about that, how disappointing that is and how unstable that is. But the movement is that we move to looking to those up above, which is of the heavenly realm. So you have this whole posse of support on the other side. You know, you have your guardian angels, all of your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who have already returned back to the other side, your ancestors, creator spirit, a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light that are telling you that they see everything you've gone through. They're so proud of you. Not only, you know, I usually say that it's us coming down as a human is an awfully courageous and brave thing to do because we are in our contrasted element. We are in the opposite, we're on the opposite day, you know, over there on the other side, it's unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And here it is conditional love and fear and disappointment and anger and resentment. It's a fear amusement park, and there's all these fear rides. It's definitely different. So they're proud of you for coming down here, first of all, but then everything you've overcome and moved through and thrived through every single challenge you've had in your life, or you wouldn't be here watching this video right now. So there's this movement of where you're looking for your recognition from. It's changing from the outside world to up above. So I love that. And then Ace of Cups. So here is the chalice that they were. There's no doubt in what this message is about turning inward for this unconditional love from above, and that transforms how you see about yourself. And you stop looking, you stop needing to feel like you have to protect yourself, and those walls get to drop. You get to be and reflect the true you, which is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. You become this chalice where you fill up and everyone else gets that overflow. So I love that. And then the last cards are these starseed cards here. And this is just going to be the final message that Creator and Spirit have for you for reading one for this reading for the Libra season. Let's take a look. What else do you have for those that chose reading number 1, please? What else would you like them to know? Okay, these two. So the first one is you have guidance. I don't know if you noticed the room just lit up because it's had storms and cloudy outside, but the clouds just parted. And it says, you are not alone. You're guided by the masters and teachers of the higher realms. And so that is them. This was them letting you know that you are being guided, that you are not alone in anything that you're going through. And then you have meditation. And that says, take a moment to connect to Source through quiet, reflective meditation. And that would be the Queen of Cups energy too, about you have this strong ability during this Libra season to go within and connect to the higher realms. Feel that love, because the more time you spend connecting to the higher realms, the more of that waterfall that just falls down and fills you up as that chalice, and just it overflows out to the world. So that is what brings you balance, is connecting to the higher realms. And I definitely love this message for all of you that chose reading number 1. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, also monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those, and also be notified immediately as they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button. That does give you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there's an option for all, and if you click on it, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out for this channel. Also, doing those things, it helps spread the Zen love, and it also helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video, you share one of my videos, you comment on one of my videos, you subscribe to my channel especially, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am so very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my recorded personal readings are on the sliding price scale, which allows you to choose a price between few, which gives you some flexibility around your budget. So if you're interested in any of that, you can find that information in the description box below. Righty, all of you that chose reading number 1, as you go through this Libra season, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing season. I'm sure we'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. All right, for all those that chose reading number 2, which is the Venus card, then this is the reading for you. And of course, Venus rules over how we love and how we want to be loved. The higher energy of Venus is about beauty and harmony and abundance, and the lower energies is about overindulgence and excessive material or kind of superficial focus on the outside kind of things, etc. Now we're going to be looking in here. You can see the Libra scales are out of balance here. So we're going to be asking what Creator and Spirit would like you to know that can come into balance and how you can balance it during this Libra season. So we'll start off here. We're going to put in here because it's empty. We're going to be adding to it to balance it out. And we'll start here with the Star Codes Astro Oracle. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourself, you know how you can get those. So let's take a look here for all those that chose Venus. What would you like them to know about balance in the Libra season, please? For all those that chose the Venus. Okay, nope, they want this one right here. And you've got Pluto, a rebirth coming in. So beautiful, card number 27. Go ahead and put this one down here. And let's see what message they have for you. So Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio, and it's a powerful planetoid that takes 248 years to traverse the zodiac, which means to orbit the sun. Pluto and Chiron, the largest of its 5 moons, I probably said that wrong. It's Charon, so my apologies. But those are the largest of its 5 moons. They circle each other and create a binary system. Oh, I did not know that. So some of the moons orbit each other as it orbits Pluto, as it orbits the sun. Most myths connected to Pluto, god of the underworld, have 2 major characteristics. The one who descends into the underworld to return reborn, and the one who either sends souls down to the underworld or greets them on arrival. So from Pluto and Proserpina, and I probably murdered that too, to Seth and Osiris and Inanna and Ereshkigal, both sides of these myths, the use and abuse of power and the willingness to be reborn again into their empowered divine self, describe Pluto's influence. Pluto was also lord of mining, retrieving valuables from deep within the earth. So the action around this Plutonian energy says that Pluto calls for 3 actions. First, dig deep. Second, be willing to transform. And third, to use your power wisely. So that's where these 3 balancing. So maybe any of these areas are out of balance that are causing it to be out of balance. Pluto calls you to drill down, dig up what is worthy, and bring it to the surface. Then rinse away the dirt and uncover the gold. Bring up riches whenever you dig deep into your own soul's work. Notice obsessions and neuroses. These signs of stress must be listened to and healed, but don't allow them to control you. Pluto reminds you that you can't hold on to the past, but you can take care of yourself. To begin this work, you may have to let go of an old form, as a caterpillar must to become a butterfly. Mourn what you've left behind, then get curious about what is about to arrive. Examine the power dynamics of this situation. Neither give yours away nor misuse your power over others. Step out of a power struggle and into self-empowerment. Wow. And then the challenge that comes with this energy, it says Pluto's shadow side can bring up obsession, depression, mortality, and grief. Pluto plays hardball, so get a guide for this realm if needed. So if you need someone to help you through that, that's what they're saying. But the spiritual gift that comes with this says Pluto asks you, in the face of life and death, why are you here? This isn't a rhetorical question. Strip down to the essentials and come back to what really matters to find the answer. Wow. I love that energy. All right, so let's take a look here. We'll dive deeper and get more information here. And we'll also look into the elemental oracle here. It's interesting, the cards that Spirit guided me to for these are very informational cards, which is very Libra, getting into your head and your air. It's about information and knowledge, so I love these. All right, what else for those that chose the Venus card, please? What else would you like them to know? About balance. Okay, this is the one right here. And you got the air element. That's hilarious. So if you were contemplating like watching the air one or not, I would definitely do that. Or if you watch the air and you're watching this one, this is validation for you. Card number 22 is very much of course, master number. And it's about, for me, it's master number 11 is about understanding your human side and our ego and our shadow and how the human world works. And 22 is about this awareness opening up that you're so much more than just the human side of you, that you are a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And this is like the mastering of that and the understanding of it. So I feel like with what this is talking about here, this rebirth and moving into this new place, this is you getting to know your true power and your true self too. But we'll take a look here, see what else they want to add. So this is all about motion. So be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way that you communicate. So this was talking about taking your power back, but using your power wisely. So I kind of feel like this is a change of thought and belief, because air, when we get to the tarot, air element is the swords. It's your thoughts, it's your beliefs, it's your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And I feel like this is changing with all of this. And it says the element of air has always been associated with movement and with the higher spirit. Well, what I was talking about. It is a cleansing element that enables us to fly free and allow our minds to travel. Air is associated with all breath. Breathing, the lungs, the voice, music, winds, and storms. It is the element of communication. At its most destructive, air is disconnected, chaotic, undisciplined, and untethered. While we consider a storm after a long drought to be cleansing and nourishing, an intensive storm such as a hurricane can be wildly destructive. The word airhead normally refers to someone who doesn't consider things much and who just flits around from one thing to another willy-nilly. Find your own space, and healthy motion is important, and finding your own breath of fresh air will enable you to see things differently and to start anew. And of course, the element of air is air element. So I love this. Now we are also going to add more over here. So now we're balanced 3 and 3. We're going to use the Runic Tarot to get more clarity around here. See what they want you to know around this. And in Pluto, like it says, it plays hardball. It'll bring in a giant hurricane storm to clear things out too. It's the death and rebirth. So let's take a look. One more. All right. So what else for those that chose Venus? Okay, there we go. Okay, they do want these and these 3. So put these like this, and we will start with this one that made itself known, which is the King of Cups. Cups is water element. It is basically offering this huge chalice, which is the chalice, the Holy Grail. It's full of the unconditional love of the higher realms, which of course Venus rules over love. So the king also brings in a wonderful balance between heart and mind, because in addition to ruling over water, all the kings also get an element of air. So this is the balancing of heart and mind, and really understanding that decisions made completely from the heart and emotion tend not to work out for our highest experience, as well as only going from our mind and logic. It's that beautiful balance between the ebb and flow of water and air that brings in beautiful information for you, beautiful stability in your emotions, where you feel control, where you feel like you're able to be in control of your emotions. But it's a different feeling there. It's like usually the King of Cups will have like all these choppy waters around him, but he's fine. And it's just basically saying that you understand emotions. Okay, that's more what they're saying here, is that you get it. You understand what emotions are, how they work, and where they're coming from. And as you do this deep diving and, like I said, dig deep, you're finding the emotions that you want to look at and transform. Let's see what else they want you to say here too. Yeah, because here's the 9 of Swords. Here's that air element we were talking about. This is known as the Nightmare card or the Insomnia card. You can see all of these swords, which are the expectations, the thoughts, and the beliefs that they've been struggling to try to meet. You're almost to the point of exhaustion. The 10 of Cups, which shows someone laying totally on the ground, all 10 swords stabbed in their back, which would represent you're ready to move on, let go of old ways of thinking, move into new ways of thinking. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here, is you're digging deep here into understanding what emotions that you wanted to deal with. You're finding the thoughts and beliefs that were around them that were making you believe that that is how you have to feel as you go through something. That's what you're supposed to have, that story apply to that situation. And you're realizing that it was just opinion. Let's see what else they want to add to that, though. Yeah, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, a lot like the Empress. It's new birth. So you definitely have the rebirthing that's coming in here. And about nurturing yourself, giving you the love, giving you the attention, becoming really solid in your definition of who you are, but you're basing it on the love from inside. You're not so much looking to the outside, to all these expectations and living up to these, because these are rooted in the fear of losing a conditional love with a lot of rules around it. And you're letting it go because you're connecting to higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love, a love that you have that you can never lose. So you're really getting this fruitfulness and this solidity in your life through all of this too. So, and nines, by the way, because I just noticed 7 and 2 is 9. 9 is the hermit energy in the tarot as well. It's the major arcana is the hermit. It's about an internal search, and they have this lantern that's this bright light, and that bright light is your higher self. It helps guide you on your path. And so this 9 here is about you turning inward and really looking into your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and you're finding this within yourself. You're not getting a lot of assistance from the outside world per se, even though one of these said, you know, if you feel like you're going crazy and it's hard to deal with it all, gain a guide, gain some help. I feel like you are doing most of it on your own. You don't need a lot of outside help. And then you have the Emperor. Yeah. Here's that divine masculine power energy coming in. So you've got 2 kings, which, an emperor and a king, which is that divine masculine, which is you are taking control. You're no longer just being flitty and not like willy-nilly, where you're allowing yourself to be drugged through it and to be influenced by everyone else's opinions, which is what this is about too. But you are definitely taking the upper hand and saying, I've had enough. I am going to stand up and for myself and not just be drugged through what everyone else is trying to drag me through. So I really feel that with these 2 kings here. And then the Queen of Pentacles, she's the earth element, so that's a solid foundation too. And that self-nurturing that's coming in. And then you also have the Page of Pentacles. So this is new opportunities that will now be coming in the outside world for you. Also, new ways of thinking about your worth. It's like a upgrade in how you feel about yourself is coming in here. And definitely new communication coming in the outside world to offer some opportunities, some changes that will come into your life that are really bring a lot of beautiful balance in here for you. So this is beautiful. And then your final messages we're going to pull here from the star seeds and just see what the final messages for this reading for all of you that chose Venus are for this Libra season. So what else? Okay. And that's the only one. And you have reflection. And that says, see all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden capital S self. So you definitely are doing this, dig deeping, like it said here, you're digging deep to find those things, and you're bringing it to the surface, watering off all the dirt, and you're seeing the gold that you're having here. So this is a beautiful, beautiful rebirth that's happening for you during this Libra season. And it's definitely worth the effort, because you are going to feel all of these swords pulled out of your back. You're not going to feel the pain like you have in the past. So I absolutely love this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love, these videos, I also put out weekly readings for each individual zodiac sign. It's like an energy update. Also monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get a notification immediately when they're available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that does access you to the alarm bell, which is the notification area. There's an option all, and if you click on that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on my channel. Also, doing those things, it helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like one of my videos, share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, especially subscribing to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm want to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am so very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my recorded personal readings actually have a sliding price scale too, so you can choose a price point that is in alignment with your budget, so there's some flexibility there too. So all that information is listed in the description box below if that resonates with you. All right, all you beautiful Venusians, as you go throughout this Libra season, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing season. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose reading number 3, which is the air element, then this is the reading for you. And the air element, the energy around that is like you can feel like your life is, or sometimes like you are, like air, all over the place, scattered all over the place like air is, being everywhere at the same time. But that also, even though that might feel kind of weird, it also brings great awareness because you are everywhere at the same time and you're able to absorb a lot of information. Also, if you were also attracted to reading number 2, which is Venus, the air element came up strong in there, so you might check that one out too, if that resonates. But you can see like the balancing skills here of Libra are out of balance, and so this reading is going to be asking what Spirit and Creator want you to know about the Libra season, what you can balance and how you can balance it. So we're going to start off here. We're going to start putting stuff in here to balance out the scales. And we're going to start off with the Star Codes Astro Oracle. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourself, you know where you can get those. Okay, actually, they do want this one right here. So we will start with this one, and you've got the second house resources, card number 40. Beautiful card. We'll put this down here. Which the second house is Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So even another thing that's kind of guiding you to the second reading as well. So strong indicator here. You might want to check that out. But this says, if your chart were a village map, your second house would hold your bank, your museum, and your warehouses. It symbolizes what you value, such as your body and your relationship to the material world. The second house also describes that phase of infancy where you're just discovering that you have a body, your toes and your fingers, and that you can taste and smell. The action around this card says explore how you feel about money. So many people on the spiritual path have mixed feelings about money, their bodies, and possessions, drawn to abundance and at the same time wrestling with guilt or discomfort around desire. This approach avoidance conflict around the material world can make it hard to focus your efforts, and it may send out mixed messages until the universe doesn't know how to respond to help you. So the second house asks you to build a clear and congruent message about your relationship to your resources that you can stand behind with integrity. Matter is our sacred vessel for spirit. Explore your attitude towards your first resource, your own body and sensuality. Look for that place of balance where you honor and respect your physical form, as well as the importance of the soul that inhabits it. Invest your energy toward what you value. This is where you can be a resource to others, and this is where you can get paid. Clean up your act in the material world. Clean closets, pay bills, deal with other practical things that might appear mundane, but can be a sacred act of aligning the soul to the surroundings. Integrity creates a welcoming ground for bounty. Come up with a clear, integrated message to radiate out, then back that up with action. Wow, I love it. And then the challenge for this card says, what you see is not all there is. If you're looking for emotional and spiritual satisfaction in your stuff, it will never be enough because it never quite scratches that itch. The gift this card offers says your skills, your resources, and your interests can all be sacred if you make an offering of your intention and engage your work for the benefit of all sentient beings. Wow. Definitely a balancing of understanding the physical desires and all the abundance and how the world works with the spiritual. It doesn't have to be either or. So I love that. And then we're going to also be looking in here at the Elemental Oracle, see what else they would like to add. Okay, they do want that one. Wow, both of your cards, they were like, nope, we're not going to go that route. We're just going to tell you which one. And you got bravery, oceans. So put that here. And let's see, that was card number 30. So you have card number 40 and card number 30. It says, go forth and explore. You won't see much if you keep the shores always in sight. Be brave in your choices. This is not the time to be fearful. Someone who is close to you has a hidden side, and it's best to be mindful of this in your decision making. We know a lot about life on land, but we know very little about life in the world's oceans, which comprise 71% of the planet. We are still discovering new species, for instance, a flesh-eating sponge and a strange hairy crab, and we have only begun to explore the deep ocean. We possibly know more about space than we do about our own blue seas. The oceans are a source of great richness in the form of marine life, richness, right? And their very existence influences everything from the weather to where humans settled and lived. Ancient seagoing cultures such as the Vikings and the Polynesians had an intimate relationship with the oceans, the tides, the trade winds, and stars, which enabled them to navigate the huge blue expanse. The bravery of such cultures, leaving the side of land, venturing and navigating outwards towards often unknown destinations, is considerable and a testament to the human spirit of adventure and curiosity. The sea has been integral to our very humanness, sustaining us and allowing us to travel, trade, and learn. It is part of our DNA, yet in our busy lives, we often overlook its importance. Because of this disconnection, the birthplace of life on this planet has become a garbage dump through acidification, pollution, overfishing, and habit destruction. We do know that without the oceans, life cannot exist. Without oceans, life cannot exist on this planet, and that the oceans are in trouble. Ocean-based magic, like all water magic, concerns itself with the cycles of movement in the forms of stagnancy and flow, prosperity, and emotional balance. And of course, this element is water. Deep diving, being brave, really making jumps and understanding, getting into those deep emotions around how we see ourselves in relation to abundance and what that means for us. I really feel this tie is coming in here. And again, reading number 2 had this balance between water and air, which is coming in here, the balance between water and air. So they keep nudging for reading number 2 as well. We're also going to pull from the Runic Tarot here, and we're going to see what else they would like you to know about this abundance. Your resources. Yeah, and the ocean is a huge resource, and this is all about resources as well, too. I find it interesting as I was reading that, because isn't our human body like 70% water? So it's like our human bodies represent like little mini Earths. So, whatever that means. All right. So what else for those that chose the air element? Okay. Which, of course, is the sword suit in the tarot deck. It's all about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. Okay. Any others? Okay. They said they do want the one on the bottom. All right. Because this is kind of like the unseen. I'm going to put it like that so I remember. That's the unseen. What aren't we seeing? What's in this depths? Is it another hairy crab? Let's take a look here. So we'll start with this one over here. And you'd have the Page of Cups. So this is water element. This is about moving to new levels of emotions, a new higher love. You can see they have the chalice, the Holy Grail is what's represented in their hand here, which is this search, this desire for understanding, higher love, higher emotion. It also is about emotional messages coming in for you and, grasping onto that. So definitely the water is here. The understanding of it, the deep diving is being reiterated. And then you have the Nine of Wands. So the nines represent the Hermit card, which is the number 9 in the major arcana of the tarot. And it is about the inner path that we go on, which is lit by a huge lantern with a giant star in the lantern, which is your higher self. And so it's about turning to your higher self for guidance. But the Nine of Wands, Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration, also your energy. And you can see there's this block that's keeping you from going somewhere, right? And so this block for abundance, this block of fear of leaving the shores to go on an adventure is being represented here. But they usually will have one hand on one of the wands, and that's the Ace of Wands. That's your power of where you're focusing your attention is what grows. And if he just removed the one wand from that stack, it's like, Jenga. It's like suddenly everything falls down and the obstacle is removed. So your power of where you're directing your energy is an important piece of this. Are you focusing on what's missing and lacking out of your life? What you don't want in your life? Because when you focus on that, that's what grows, that's what expands. When you focus on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, then that expands instead. And when you don't put energy into the other, it's diminishing and becoming smaller. So I really like this. This is also about keeping going, don't give up, persevere, so keep going, and definitely this is about leaving the shores and understanding your what attachment you put to values, understanding what it is that's deep in these oceans here. Let's take a look and see what else they have here too. Yeah, so you have the Ace of Swords. So here is the air element coming in strong, because the Ace of Swords does two things. One, it connects you to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love, and it allows you to slice away the small t truths of the human realm, which are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. So when you're doing this deep diving to understand what your relationship is to money and abundance and having things being able to come into your life, this Ace of Swords is the gift that's coming during this Libra season that helps you balance that, because you're getting down to the real truth of things, the real understanding of things. You're connecting to this unconditional love from above, and you're understanding these truths about what you truly deserve and who you truly are through the process as well. And you have the Six of Cups. So this makes sense with everything going on here. So cups, again, are your emotions, all water. And the Six of Cups is movement of your memories, movement of your emotions. You can see here, this person is, usually it's just an adult or an older person and a child, which is about you understanding. This deep diving is helping you get to your subconscious, your unconscious, to that interactions with your inner child, to understand what are those things that are limiting you. There's a lot of unconscious restrictions that are keeping you from moving above. There's a great book called Tapping into Wealth, and let me see. It's right over here. Let me grab her name. Yeah, so it's Tapping into Wealth by Margaret Lynch. She's a fantastic lady, and I'm just going to put this over here for now. One of the things she talks about that came to mind here, which is why they were like, talk about the book, is because within it, she talks about there's a subconscious barrier that our inner child self, our subconscious self says, this is as much as I'm worth, as much as I can have. And so we might set a goal for higher than that, but we, for some reason, can't get up to that. There's like this barrier, this block that's keeping us from getting there. And until that's dealt with, then if we get a job that's higher, there will self-sabotage or something will happen and we'll end up going below that again. And so I feel like these blocks that are coming in here, they really do want you to get in here and look at that. Because the Six of Cups also is about transforming your old emotions, old memories. She does it through tapping, which allows us to access our subconscious and our inner child. And, when we look at anything that happened in our lives, there is this ability to transform it and look at it from a different perspective. Because every moment is either an emotion of unconditional love from above, right? Or the fear of losing conditional love. So when we're looking at something that's blocking us or making us feel worthless, it's definitely not going to be an emotion of unconditional love we experienced, right? It's going to be this fear thing that we experienced. And the thing about humans, when we go and experience fear, our little child self, it will sound an alarm and send us into fight or flight, which sends the blood from our brain to our arms to fight and our feet to run. And we go out of our minds, literally. It does not want us to think clearly and compassionately, because we're like, oh, that pretty lion that's coming to me to eat me, or what kind of tiger is that? And then we get eaten. It wants us to be in survival mode, in, doing whatever we can, in this animalistic and emotionally mature and intelligent way. So when we go back and look at an old memory that we were hurt and we felt fearful, the other person's actions was not out of unconditional love, so it was out of fear. They were trying to do whatever that little child inside of themselves was trying to do to feel safe and to feel in control again. And if we were in fear, we were also trying to do the same. So we were two people out of our minds, or more if there was more people involved, all acting out of our minds. That's not going to end in a beautiful, compassionate, intelligent way. So as we go back and look at a memory and we understand that, we're like, oh, okay, it's like swimming out to save someone who's drowning, and their arms are flailing all over the place, and they smack you upside your head, and they grab onto you and pull you underwater with them. You don't really take it personally because, they're panicking, they're out of their minds, right? So the slap wasn't on purpose, the attempted homicide, was not on purpose. You get them to the shore, they calm down, and they're a different person again, right? And so that's what happens when you go back and look over these old emotions, is you begin to see them, the whole situation differently. You see that other person differently, and you definitely see yourself differently as well. So this one was what was unknown. What's the unknown that is going on here? Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. This is the awareness of your true, powerful self. The Ace of Pentacles is about an awareness that happens and comes about that allows you to move your understanding of who you are to a higher level. So this is about connecting to your capital T truth, to that understanding that you are more than this human character that you're playing. You are an actor behind this character, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And you're having this human experience on purpose, for a purpose, to understand yourself more. So this abundance really comes into play as you connect to these capital T truths, understanding who you are, and as you remove these blocks. So I love this message for you. Then your final messages are going to be from these Starseed deck here. And this is just whatever, lastly, that Creator and Spirit have for all of you that chose the air element for this reading. Okay, so you get those two. And your first one is abundance. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. And it says, when your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. There you go. And as you fill up with this unconditional love and you define yourself by that on the inside, then you're not looking for the outside world anymore. You just have this beautiful, beautiful flow. Yeah. And then here's gratitude. We talked about where you're focusing your energy, right? Universal love shines through miracles of life all around you. So focusing on gratitude for what you do have in your life expands that. So I absolutely love that. I love these messages. If you are looking for even more messages of love from above, though, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign and monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on those and get notified as soon as they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also, click that subscribe button will give you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there's an option of all, and if you select that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. and also doing those things that helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like one of my videos or share or comment on one of my videos, or of course subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it automatically wants to share my videos with other people as well. So if you don't want to, if that resonates with you, to do any of those things, I am so very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my recorded readings actually have a sliding price scale now, which means you can pick from a few different price points on one that's in more alignment with your budget, so it gives you some flexibility, and all that information is in the description box below if that interests you. All right, all of you that chose the air signs, please know that as you go through this beautiful Libra season, that every moment of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing season. We'll be talking very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose reading number 4, which is the 7th house, then this is the reading for you. And of course, 7th house energy is all about relationships, marriage, known opponents, basically exploring yourself through the mirror of others. So as we look into this reading here, of course, you can see we're out of balance here with the Libra scales, and we're going to be looking in here and asking Spirit and Creator, what during this Libra season would they like you to know about what is out of balance and what you can do to bring balance back into it. And we'll be adding to this to balance it out. So we're starting with this rock and we're going to be looking at the Star Code Astro Oracle first. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. All right. For those that chose the 7th house, what would you like them to know about balance in the Libra season, please? Okay, they do want this one here. And you've got conjunction, alliance. Yeah, definitely about interactions with people, right? Partnerships. That's card number 51. We'll put this down here, and we'll see what energy comes in here. And this is all about patterns. Interesting. So it says, anytime two celestial bodies conjunct, meaning they dance close together, they first work together and blend meaning and purpose. They begin a new cycle of their relationship. Can't make that up. It's all about relationships, right? So the sun and moon conjunct at the new moon. But because the sun is overpoweringly huge, it has special roles. Planets are so tiny compared to the sun that when they are close, like within 8 degrees of the sun, they seem to disappear or combust and lose individual power. But when planets exactly conjunct the sun, their strength merges and grows within the heart of the sun. The conjunction tells us we are stronger when we work together, as long as we don't disappear into another's flame. Wow. Strong, beautiful message. The action around this card says co-conspire. Find people and allies who support your ideas, as this is not a situation in which to go it alone. Bring in someone with an extra skill to offer to your project. Find the best friend to discuss your concerns with, or spark off a new partnership. Watch the energy build as you bounce ideas off another person. Just take care of your own energy fields and ideas in this process. If you've merged your energy with a partner, a teacher, or a coworker, or are considering merging, notice what strengthens you and where you may need to step back and individuate. Find your own paradigm and technique. It can be lovely to love someone with a sun-like personality, warm, expansive, though at times exhausting. But don't combust. It's time to align your life with another's. Think of the line from the poet Rilke. Love consists of this, that two solitudes protect and border and greet each other. So let this be a yoking of two or more equals, a partnership that works best when each brings gifts and challenges to the table. Wow, this is so perfect for 7th house energy. And then the challenge of this card is be wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit them and value the conjunction over individual growth. And the gift of this is a conjunction can become greater than the sum of the parts. So I love that. Definitely not shrinking yourself. Don't get consumed by a relationship with someone else where you shrink because the sun feels so big. And sometimes in codependent relationships, enablers can change to try to be who they think the other person wants them to be, and they lose themselves. And I kind of feel like all of this is about not shrinking, but when you join together, then the heart of the sun takes in your energy and expands it all. And so I kind of feel like it's really about looking into the relationships that you have. We're going to get more information here, of course, too. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Let's look into the Element Oracle. Let's see what they would like to add to these partnerships and about the shrinkingness and about maintaining yourself while joining energies. All right, so what else for those that chose? Okay, the 7th house. And you've got the completion, the direction of west. And that's card number 4. So let's put that here. Okay, there it goes. And let's see what other message comes with this. So every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something because the end heralds a new beginning. Complete the project. Be a finisher. Be not afraid of death. It is a part of life. West is one of the cardinal directions. It is the direction in which the sun sets, and so traditionally, in many cultures, it was linked to the death or the underworld. For example, the Egyptians felt that west was the direction of the underworld and the afterlife, which was not considered to be a negative place, and in certain cultures, interred bodies faced west, or their feet faced west. Other sacred places such as Mecca are westerly. In Buddhism, the west leads to enlightenment. So the idea that a westerly trajectory leads to wisdom or higher enlightenment is one shared by the Norse and many other pagan pathways. It is a powerful direction in which, because of the Earth's rotation, most winds blow. West is one of the quarters called in certain traditions of witchcraft to purify or protect a space. People may call upon the guardians of the West or the Western directions as a way of unlocking the protective energies of portals of that element. This, of course, is the element of Earth. So it's so crazy that this talks about, the sun, and this is about where the sun sets and endings and new beginnings, that there is this, don't hold on to something that you can let go of. Don't be afraid to let go of that bright sun that's consuming you, because it's going to be worth it for you. It is opening up and allowing you space for things to come. So this out of balance relationship or partnership or friendship or whatever kind of relationship it may be, because it doesn't just have to be romantic. It can be friends, family, feather babies, fur babies, people at work, people at school, whatever friendships or relationships. There's one that's been overshadowing you, that you've been allowing to consume you and make you feel very, very small, and it's time for that to change. We're also going to use the Runic Tarot here, and we will see what else they want you to know about this. Relationship change, I know. Or like, oh, not again. Or, oh, but I invested so much time. It's like, yeah, but it takes more energy to maintain yourself from being pulled into the sun and burnt up than it is just to jump into ludicrous speed and get away from the sun. All right, so what else for those that chose the 7th house? Okay, that one. What else? Okay, that one. This one. Oh, yeah. Got the Ace of Wands popping up already. New passion. New excitement, so that makes sense. So let's just get these all scooched out here, and we will start with the Ace of Wands since it made itself known. So, Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration, your overall energy, and this is about the energy returning back to you, the fire returning back to you. So all that energy you're using to maintain that relationship that no longer serves you, you get that energy back. And so that is them telling you it's for you. It's going to be so beneficial for you to do that. Yeah. Queen of Cups. So emotions, the Queen of Cups also gets extra water because she rules over water, but all the queens get extra water. So she's double water. She's offering you the love that you've been looking for, which is that Ace of Cups, the chalice. It's full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. It allows you to really connect and understand what love really is, and the love for yourself. You fill up like a chalice. You get to become a cup. You get to receive from the universe, from the creator, from source, whatever you believe your higher power is. You don't have to try to get this attention from all this outside stuff. You just become this open cup, and the universe just flows its beautiful love down and fills you up, and it overflows out to the others. It also is a strong indicator of trust your intuition, trust your heart. Don't go off of the fears of the mind that say you'll never find love again, you'll never find someone like that again, which might be a good thing in the other side, but they're saying trust your gut and trust your intuition on where to head next. Yep, another queen too. So this is the earth element. Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's time for you to nurture yourself. It's very grounding energy. Again, queens. Also connecting to your intuition, trusting that. You've got this emotional stability and power coming in. You've got this outside world and how you relate to the outside world too. The Queen of Pentacles, she has the Ace of Pentacles there with her, which the Ace of Pentacles is about finding how you relate your worth to the outside world and discovering the difference between retail price, which is what other people put value on you, and then your self-worth, your capital S self-worth, which is what you find from within. So a very strong divine feminine energy coming in here. It's compassion, but this is all about nurturing you right now. And then you have the Magician. So on the other end of the things, the queens are that divine feminine energy, which is allowing yourself to become that chalice to be filled up. But you have that Ace of Wands here. Then you have the Magician who's holding the Ace of Wands, which is about what you focus on is what also grows. So you're able to become this chalice, but you're also able to take control of your life and become this strong individual, this divine masculine, divine feminine balance. And whether you're male or female or how you identify, we all have divine feminine, divine masculine within us. And so you have this beautiful balance because you have got two divine feminine and two very powerful number one and number ones, these new beginnings, this new energy coming in for you that's going to take you. It's like you taking charge of where you're investing your energy. And then you have the High Priestess. So the divine feminine energy continues, and she is like the one that comes. Here's your divine counterparts too. You have this, powerful individuals, both of the divine masculine, divine feminine, who connect to the heavens and bring down that energy. She goes behind the veil and goes into her temple, connects to the deep subconscious and the unconscious, as well as the moon energy, as well as to spirit. And so powerful energies coming in here, very transformative coming in. And this too, I'm feeling like they're saying that you deserve a counterpart who's your equal, not someone who thinks they're over you or someone that can't keep up with you. And so when you're letting this sun go, this person that's overpowering you, that is not honoring who you are, this is what is ahead for your future. You will find someone who's more in alignment, more your equal, that treats you as such. So I love that too. And then you have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is perseverance. This is those obstacles and blocks here. You can kind of see all these wands are blocking your way, but usually they're holding on to one of the wands, which is the Ace of Wands. And it tells you all again about your power and that you're able to pull one of those away, and it's like, is it Jenga or one of those that have all the stuff you put out and then everything just falls out of your way and there's no longer an obstacle for you to move forward. So it's you gaining and going on this inner journey here, because the 9s are like the Hermit in the Major Arcana, which is you going inward, finding your path, finding your power. That lantern that the Hermit carries has this bright star in it, which is you. It's your higher self, and it's giving you the guidance in your life here. And this is about you going inward and finding your power. I mean, because look at this. You've got your power card, your power card, your power card. You've got your divine feminine, divine feminine, divine feminine. You have this balance that's going on here, and understanding that you have both of that within you. You are so much more powerful than you have ever been taught to believe, and you don't have to be consumed by a sun, because you deserve to be having your energy expanded and to be in the heart of a giant sun that just expresses and expands the love that you have inside. So this partnership, it's a strong message during this time. It's really getting your relationships in alignment with this powerful that you are. You no longer have to be overshadowed or be made feel small, and you don't have to fear that you won't meet someone like that again. You can be thankful and grateful that you will, that you won't, that you don't have to choose them, because you have this other amazing experience, both internally that you'll find in finding your power, but also the equal that you will find. And it doesn't mean it has to be romantic. A friend, or someone that's just like, oh my gosh, it's like a sister or brother that you never had in your life, and you just mesh so well because you are a beautiful reflection for one another. So I do love that. We're also going to pull your final card here from these Star Seeds cards. And we're just going to see what the final message that Spirit and Creator have for all of you that chose the 7th house. Okay, those two. Any others? Okay, they do want that one too. All these beautiful blues. So you've got Gaia, divine feminine energy, duh. And that says, connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. So definitely connecting to the divine feminine within you. What else we got? You got free spirit. Set yourself free. It says to be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. So definitely this is that Queen of Cups offering you the unconditional love in that chalice. Then your final card, again, freedom. So freedom and free. It's time to give yourself that freedom. It's time to set yourself free. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. Yep. So definitely, no doubt, every mirror comes into our life on purpose, for purpose. They're our teacher. You're done with this. It's time to move on to your next adventure. So, if you needed to hear it, there it is. I say it with much love. I've been there. I get it. It's hard to let go when you fear you'll never find love again. But they are telling you, you definitely will. You're going to find the love from within, which is going to taste like nothing you've ever tasted before. But you will find other beautiful, really equal relationships that honor who you are with giving this up. So it's okay to let it go. I do love this message for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get a notification as soon as they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and then click that like button. Also click the subscribe button. That gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there'll be an all option. And when you select on that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. And also doing those things helps spread the Zen love. And it also helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like one of my videos or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, excited. It does want to share my videos with other people automatically. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my recorded personal readings even have a sliding price scale, which allows you to pick from a different price point depending on what is in alignment with your budget. So if you feel that resonates with you and you want one of those, all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all of you that chose the 7th house of partnerships, as you go through this amazing adventure, please know every second of every day of your life that you truly are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing Libra season. I'm sure we'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. Happy birthday, all you Libra sun babies. I'm so excited to see what is going to be coming forward for you. What I normally do for all my birthday bonus readings is I'll give you a 3-month perspective over the next 3 months. So it's going to be from the exact date of your birthday forward 30 days and then 30 days, 30 days. So kind of 30 days. So it's like if your birthday's on the 15th, then it's going to be from, the 15th, up to like October 15th to November 15th to December 15th to January 15th. Or if it's September 27th, then it's to October 27th, November 27th to December 27th. So you get the idea. So I'm going to pull cards here. And let's see, I'm going to put this one up here. And we're just going to pull a card here for the star codes, Astro, one for each month. And any of the cards I'm using in the reading, I do list in the description box below. So any catch your fancy and you want them as a birthday present, you know where you can order those. So, all right. So for month number 1, okay, they do want month number 1, month number 2, and month number 3. So we'll take that here, and then we are going to pull from these elemental oracle, one for each month. Okay, here's month number 1. This one they want for month number 2. Oh, and they said bottom is month number 3. All right. And then we will also pull some of the runic tarot for each month for clarity. They do want this one already. They are excited to talk to you for sure. Oh my goodness. So they want those for there. And one more time. Oh my goodness. All right, they do want this one for here. What else for month number 2? Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then what about for month number 3? Okay, they do want that one. What else? Okay, and these 2. All right. And then we also get to have little star seeds, which are final messages. And so what about for month number 1? Okay, no, they didn't want any of those. Okay, so you get these 2 for that. And then month number 2. Okay, any others for month number 2? Nope, they said none of those. Nope, they said that's it for month number 2. And then month number 3. Okay, that one. All right. So we've got all your cards now. I'm going to go ahead and put these over here. That'll be month number 3, and then this will be month number 2, and we'll start with month number 1. And you've got the South Node, the past, Master number 33. So we will read that one. And then you also have the Pressure Transformation, card number 26. Makes sense, these two together. And so we'll do the clarification and these afterwards. So we'll read these first. Master number 33 really for me is about you having connected to your human side and also your spiritual side, which is master number 11 and master number 22, the joining of the two together, and really the walk forward with understanding your human side and your higher side and seeing things completely different. And this says the South Node describes what you bring along from past lives, your skills, your proclivities, your addictions, your weaknesses, your unfinished business, and a physical place within your body where you may hold tension or ancient karmic stories. So the lunar nodes are the points on the zodiac where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic when the moon, sun, and earth exactly line up here. Actually, a shadow mysteriously covers the sun or moon and creates an eclipse. The ancients, through a giant creature, cast those shadows, or they thought a giant creature cast those shadows and referred to the nodes as the head and tail of a dragon, where the moon descended toward the south of the dragon's tail. So the action around this card for your first month is that this situation has its roots in some past karmic pattern, the origins of which are not clear. You either need to apply skills that you were born with or look again at old problems and work to heal them, which of course we talk about here with transformation. The situation feels hauntingly familiar, but without a story to go with it, and echoing traces from another time or a life. An old love or a familiar enemy may return, dun dun dun, or the patterns involved could remind you of an earlier challenging chapter. If someone triggers your South Node, you may feel like you owe them or they owe you. And while that may be true, this accounting won't help now. Cleanly deal with what is on the table and stay in the present moment. Learn new ways to respond, new skills that help when old trauma is triggered or old cravings sing their siren song. Break that spell. Use breathing techniques, investigate dialectical behavior therapy, or do something unexpected just to break those patterns and give you more options here and now. Stay focused on a healthy future of your own making. The challenge for this card is, so for this first month, is under stress, you may fall back on familiar defenses and relive what you've always lived. PTSD, flashbacks, and addictive habits or relationships all operate around your South Node. The gift that this brings, though, your birthday gift, use this opportunity to heal triggers and patterns from the past, take them as teaching moments, and learn. Then your hard-earned skills and wisdom can help you build your future. So a lot of that energy coming in around your birthday, reflecting on the past and understanding, you're not wanting to repeat old ways of doing things, doing what you always did and get what you always got. You're ready for this transformation. The South Node kind of represents your human character, what it comes into this world with, which is the lower energy, of that sign, whatever your South Node is in. So it is about your challenges and stuff. And I feel like, especially with this card here, with transformation and pressure, card number 26, that this is about that you're transforming it and changing those things. Because this is, you can view pressure as being negative, or you can see it as being a shaper, director, or positive influence. Find a happy medium where you can benefit and not be disadvantaged. And they want me to jump ahead here to the end piece where it talks about modern people often refer to the pressure of their jobs, their bosses, or life in general that it poses on them. But many people perform best under pressure, viewing it as a focusing force, while studies show a small amount of pressure can assist performance in a wide variety of fields. Emergency physicians, the military, and pilots train under higher than average pressure situations. However, there can be a point when too much pressure harms cognitive performance, when the pressure becomes overwhelming and it's impossible to focus clearly. So I like this, that they're saying balance the pressure, take the pressure off yourself, look at life as, understand that there's certain tendencies and things that you came into your life with, and you're ready to let some of that go. I actually have this, it's called a Life Compass Astro Reading that I just announced last week, and actually in the October readings that are coming up on September 26th, there's an opportunity to win one of these free Astro Readings. So be sure to check that out. I'll try to remember to put the links to both of those. Actually, the October readings won't be out yet, but I'll put a link to that other U times 2 video that I talked about that, because I feel like you might win because this will help you understand what energies you're coming in with your South Node there. Or I'll also put down in the description box below how you can order one of those readings if you're interested in that. But let's look into your tarot to see what else they have here. So you have the Seven of Swords, which this was the air element, and the swords is the air element, which is about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. This is the Deceiver card. So what of your own thoughts and beliefs are deceiving you? You also have the Five of Wands, which is your energy, movement of energy. I'll talk about that in a sec. I think all of these. And then you have the Justice card, which is the balancing between the small t truths of the human and the capital T truths of the higher realm. So all these three cards together are transformative energy, because the Five of Wands is about an energy shift between things that you feared and understanding that no matter what was going on was happening for you and for your upliftingness. The Seven of Swords is about identifying what thoughts and beliefs of yours were deceiving yourself, that were kind of being a thief of your joy. And, because the Justice card, they have the Ace of Swords here, which allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, and while slicing away the small t truths of the human world that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. So you do have this transformative energy that is really making itself known. That South Node and your North Node is your highest expression of what you came here to do. And the combination of those two is I really feel like you're doing a lot of reflectiveness with this birthday that you're having on what you've learned, what you want to continue, what you don't want to continue. And it has this huge, beautiful, transformative energy, because it is moving from 5 is the number of change. You're changing your energy from something that was rooted in fear to something that's rooted in love instead. Let's see what else they want. Love instead. Can't make it up. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. Boom. And then your other one is a celebration. Yay! Birthday celebration. Celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. So yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You're realizing what you've overcome and what you want and what you don't want. Focus on what you do want to have in your life, not what you don't want to have in your life, because whatever you focus on is what grows. So I love this message for you. Let me just move these all to the side here. And I'm going to put it like this. Month number 1, and we're putting love on top, because that is a very powerful energy. Then we'll move into month number 2. So the following month, then you have Sagittarius, so you have expansion. Yep. Ruled by Jupiter, so you have a very expansive energy coming in. And you've got the depth of the lake. Yes. deep emotions coming in. And we will read these first, and then I'll check your tarot. So Sagittarius asks us to think big, travel far, and use our restlessness and curiosity to create. It's a mutable fire sign. Sagittarius' symbol is that of the centaur, half human, half horse, which epitomizes the connection between humans and the natural wild world. Sagittarius, ruled by expansive Jupiter, rules the thighs, the muscles that propel our movement. The sun shines in Sagittarius from November 22nd to December 21st, which would actually be this month, right? Ish. But it says the action around this card is Sagittarius has two imperatives: expand your perspectives and humbly speak your truth. So let your perspectives become versatile, flexible, and curious. Travel in the body or in the mind and explore a larger philosophical, environmental, or metaphysical context for whatever situation you're on or for that month. Imagine that you're on a mountaintop. Look down at your life from 1,000 feet up. Now take it further, like the astronauts who look down on our spinning green and blue globe and see no borders between countries. You are a global citizen. Change your life to reflect this reality. Speak your truth. Remember the fairy tale, The Emperor's New Clothes. A pair of con artists arrive at an emperor's court claiming to make beautiful garments. They say their creations are only visible to people of quality. Incompetent people can't see the clothes. No one in the emperor's court wants to admit they can't see the supposedly intricate garments, and the emperor wears his new clothes on parade. Only one honest Sagittarian-style boy speaks up without rancor, states the obvious. The emperor is naked, and breaks the spell. Ask what spell you need to break and speak up. The challenge of this card is just because you see it doesn't mean you have to say it. Timing and pacing are everything. Be honest, not mean. Ask if what you are about to say is wise, kind, and necessary, as well as true. Watch out for the geographic cure, the belief that travel will solve problems, because wherever you go, there you are. And the gift for this month is honor all your relationships. Sagittarius reminds us that our spiritual path is connected to all our relations. The two-footed, four-footed, many-legged, winged, scaled, and finned, and they're all connected to us. I love it. And, talking about this understanding what's hidden, what needs to be, what spell needs to be broken, you have the deep diving here into the ocean here, the depth, the lake. And this is card number 31. So let's take a look here and see what this one says. Yeah, do not take the shallow alternative. Deep dive. Do the research. Do not cut corners. You may not be seeing the whole picture, so take your time with a decision. And it says, spiritually, lakes have been places of magic and power. Lake Wanaka in New Zealand is said to breathe in and out with the giant that lives underneath it. Lake, I'm going to murder this one, Baikal in Siberia, sometimes referred to as the Sacred Sea, is the largest source of fresh water in the world, containing over 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water. Over 603 kilometers long, it is very deep and its waters are very clear, and it contains over 3,000 unique species. One common shamanic practice is the offering of a small amount of vodka in certain sacred spots. It's also believed that something should be thrown into any fire you light as an offering to the spirits. It is said that if you bathe here or in other lakes such as Lagarfjord in Iceland, I know I murdered that, you will receive healing energies from the pure and ancient waters. And the element of that, of course, is water. So there is this healing that is happening, this awareness that's coming in here, this expansion that's happening. And let's see what else they want you to know with your tarot here. And you have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind that's coming in. So you're getting this balancing of your thoughts and your beliefs, which makes sense because you're letting expectations go. All that stuff of the supposed to and the should. You're looking at the capital T truths, not the other. Yeah, because you have the Ten of Swords, which is about endings, new beginnings with your thoughts and your beliefs. You're exhausted trying to live up to all the expectations of the outside world. So you definitely have this solid foundation, the stability of your mind, mental stability coming in this month. Yep, you have the Page of Cups. So you are moving to new levels in your emotions. Let's see what this other one is too. Yes, and the Ten of Wands. So you have two tens that are coming in here, which do represent you're ready to let this emotional energy go. You know, you have the cups and the water energy. You're ready to stop investing in battles instead of trying to make other people believe what you want to believe or defending yourself. You know, it talks about speaking your truth and you don't need to be mean. You just are sharing what you believe and what you feel, but you're also allowing other people to believe what they feel. And so all that energy that you were investing in your mind and your emotional energy, trying to control everything in the outside world, you really learned a lot during this month about love and about just filling up and expanding it. And so this transformation is happening during this month too. Yeah, and you have the Courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. Yeah. So definitely you're not fearing the rejection of not living up to everyone else's expectations, but you also are releasing everyone from living up to yours, which is celebrated both within yourself and with others too. So we'll put this one here for month number 2, which is all about living your life courageously. Living your truth, your capital T truth, not the small t truths that you were told, the popular opinions that you took on as your own, but you're discovering what your truths are connected to the higher realms, not just regurgitating what you were told were the truths. And then month number 3, you've got the 8th house of mystery. Beautiful card. Put that here. And then you also have Home, Earth, card number 15. Love it. So card number 46 first, the 8th house. So in the 3rd month, it says, if your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be on the corner of the red light district next to a mortuary and a savings and loan bank. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't talk about in public. Sex, death, debts, loans, psychic phenomenon. Here we deal with other people's resources and how they're exchanged, money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. The action around this card, it says, assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources like sex, money, and inheritances. Notice if a relative or a boss withholds money until you behave, or if you or a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Just get clear in your own mind if anyone is pulling strings and try to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduce honestly. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial arrangements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work with the 8th house affairs, and if they work with integrity, they do so productively. So develop your 2nd house resources, your own money, your sense of worth, and body confidence. to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power and operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The 8th house calls for one last freedom to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive in response. The challenge around this card, it says it can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money, and hard to step away when someone else is jerking those chains. The gift it gives you, though, it says face your worst fears and step through. Feel that liberation. The trap of manipulation falls away when you don't bite the hook. Love it. And then let's move into here, this grounding earth energy that's coming in here. And it's all about the home, right? It says, take time to ground yourself. The earth is our home and we're a part of nature, not apart from it. Do all you can do to take positive custodianship of the world around you. Pay attention to your body. Let's talk about your body too, and your home. Turn your eyes toward home. Avoid disconnection with devices and extreme busyness. It says there is an awareness of a wise mother or father of earth energy that is profoundly comforting. Someone cooking you a nourishing meal when you are down, doing the gardening, spending time outdoors, building your own shelter. All of this gives you a big dose of earth energy. So there is this grounding that comes in, this embracing of who you are, body and anything else, as well as this groundingness, this feeling of home in your own body, in your own desires, and becoming comfortable with all of that. So I love that. Let's take a look here at your tarot. So you have the Nine of Swords. This is the right before that 10 of Swords. It's called the Insomnia or the Nightmare card. So it is basically looking into your thoughts and beliefs, which makes sense with that card. And you have the Sun, burning bright. I love that. We'll get into more of that here in a sec. And also the Four of Pentacles. So the combination of these is great because the Nine of Swords by itself, you're like, oh my God, the Insomnia card and the Nightmare card, what is going on? But, you talked about looking into your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and your body and blah, 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 and what's, acceptable, what's not acceptable. That's all those popular opinions that you inherited from the outside world. And this is really you. The 9 is the Hermit card. It is about going within and using the lantern that has a bright star in it, which is you, your higher self. You're on this inner journey. And with this being the mind and your thoughts and beliefs, this is about you going on this inner journey about what you believe and coming to terms with that, because the 10 is you leaving those thoughts and beliefs behind. So it feels like you are really flowing with this love and you're getting the courage to act out on your own. And then this is you really coming to terms with what you believe and standing by it, because the Sun card also is the Leo card, which is about a connection to your inner child. And so I feel like these things here is you really dealing with a lot of stuff, getting into the core of your beliefs that have to do with what happened when you were earlier in your life. And you're coming to terms with a lot of beautiful stuff. This shines light on every area of our life, even the cobwebs, but it helps bright and burn away things to help you feel this wholeness. It's a victorious card. It's one of the brightest cards in the entire deck. And with the Four of Pentacles also bringing in this awareness of your worth and who you really are in relation to the outside world. And you have this, 4 again, you had a 4 in here. It's a stability number. You had, mental stability. Here is your physical worth stability based in how you relate to the outside world. So all of this grounding comes in this understanding of who you are, this acceptance of who you are, and understanding of who you are, standing up for who you are, not being, at the whim of everyone else's opinions and all of that. So great freedom also continues to unfold for all of these. And then your final messages, you do have stillness, which says reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. So this is that reflection that we're talking about. And then you have choice. Perfect. Perfect card to end your birthday bonus reading. It says, by staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. You realize that everyone has the power to choose how they want to feel as they go through any moment and what story you want to put to the situation. Like I talked about, we're given these popular opinions on what something's supposed to mean and how we're supposed to feel as we go through it, but you have been learning that you hold that power and no one else. So I do love this energy coming in here for you to end your birthday reading. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other kinds of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get a notification as soon as they're available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, also click the subscribe button will give you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there's an all option. If you select on that, then you'll be notified of any new videos that do come out on the channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like one of my videos, share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, especially subscribing to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy it does want to share the videos of this channel with other people automatically. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my personal recorded readings actually have a sliding price scale, so you can choose a price that's in alignment with your budget for those. So if you are interested in any of that, it's all listed in the description box below. All right, all of you birthday babies, just know as you're going throughout this next rotation around the sun, that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing birthday. Hope you have something special planned. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.